Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's a roller coaster ride. It's amazing. We were up so high, and now we're down low.
Western North Dakota's oil boom has slowed down, and the results are showing up here in our own backyards. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, more than 12,000 are pumping oil. There are only 68 rigs drilling currently. That's down 65% from the past year. Falling oil prices are being blamed.
Now, while you aren't spending as much at the gas pump, some local companies and their employees are suffering. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop explains.
All their buddies are laid off. They're gone. Some of the guys even left their clothes.
Laundromat owner Aaron Olson says he has seen a lot less laundry from oil rig employees.
And here's another one that's been left behind.
Here at Busy Bubbles, they used to see between 40 to 60 bags of oil worker clothes a week. This week, they only have 5.
I wish they would all be back to work. It definitely impacts us here in Fargo. They're bringing in laundry. That's money in the pocket, helps keep the doors open, keeps the lights on, keeps the employees paid.
Olson says these bare shelves used to be covered in bags of clothes.
These shelves would be packed full. We had to use one of our spare tanning rooms.
Although oil clothes accounted for 1/3 of Busy Bubbles' business, they still do have the tanning salon and regular laundromat. Olson says the oil clothes did help, though.
That cash flow definitely helped replacing equipment, keeping things up and running.
Busy Bubbles says they have not had to lay anyone off or increase wash prices because of the decrease in business. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Now, Olson says that the laundry detergent consumption used to clean the oil rig workers' clothes is down, and that's purchased from Wisconsin. He says many people and states are feeling this big impact.
Another South Fargo gas station robbery overnight has neighbors in the area worried.
Now, police say a black man wearing a mask jumped the counter, grabbed the woman working, and then ran off with money from the register. Neighbors in the area say it's the type of place where they watched out for one another. They say this is not something many people worried about 5 or 10 years ago. And one woman says it happened a little too close to home for her.
Are you any closer to catching these people, or is it, one person, a group of people, different people? Are they any closer to catching it or stopping these, or, putting a stop to all these robberies?
The Fargo Police Department says it's stepping up patrols throughout South Fargo. They have a community meeting planned for next week to address your crime and safety concerns.
Guilty. That's the jury's verdict in the case of a woman accused of stabbing a former boyfriend. The decision came a little more than an hour ago in Crookston. Christina Schmidt is charged with second-degree assault. She claimed that the man involved was sexually assaulting her when the stabbing happened. Schmidt faces a maximum sentence of 7 years in prison.
Well, our weather continues to feel fall-like. I suspect a light jacket might be in order for an outdoor activity tonight. Let's check with Hutch to see if he's recommending something a little heavier. Hutch?
I don't think most of us will need anything heavier than that. It's really been a little bit humid out there today, and that has helped making it feel from being so cool. A lot of cloud cover across the region, but a few peaks of sunshine here late in the day, especially out to the west. Overnight rain totaled between 2 to 5 inches along the international border. The rain has exited, but the clouds, they're lingering. Cloudy skies this evening, very light winds, and later tonight, toward 10 o'clock, we'll be in those mid-60s. It does look like we will warm up and enjoy some summer-like temperatures. I'll have all the smiles and details on that here in just a couple of minutes.
I'm already smiling, so that's good.
Good.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
The excitement continues to spread surrounding the Pope's visit to the United States. Today, Pope Francis speaking to Congress in Washington, D.C. and talking about hot topics, including poverty and religious extremism. He also talked about how all of us can make a difference. As Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, it's a message that religious leaders of all faiths here in the Valley say connects with many.
America continues to be, for many, a land of dreams.
Pope Francis called America a land of dreams, and once again, his message sparked a positive vibe that seems to spread far beyond people of the Catholic faith.
When the Pope comes to the country everyone seems to be interested, and I think it just raises everyone's awareness about where they're at with their faith journey. And for whatever reason, the Pope seems to symbolize that larger expression of the Christian faith. And so to see lots of people excited gets everyone excited.
Following morning mass, Father Vincent Miller agreed that Pope Francis's message cuts through a lot of barriers.
Always wonderful to see the hand of Christ reaching out through Pope Francis to the people, and I think it's just been amazing the attention that he has been able to draw, I think just because he's been able to reach out to all sorts of folks.
We're talking about the Francis effect, you know, that he's been Pope for about 2.5 years, and signs of, you know, his approach as being our universal pastor is starting to have effects in people's lives. And not just Catholics, but all denominations and other religions.
Mr. Speaker, the Pope of the Holy See.
It appears Pope Francis's message is one that's rippling across the country and resonating with folks right here in the Valley. In Crookston, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
And at this hour, the Pope is holding a prayer service at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City.
Fargo is putting together a deal for folks who are looking at starting a business in the city. A new program is being launched that should make things much easier from a paperwork standpoint.
It's a program where folks can go, say they have a great business idea, they'll be able to go to that site. It's kind of like a portal, a single point of entry where you could go and find out what it is that you need to start your business in a day.
Molly says Fargo is one of 6 cities working on this unique aid to help businesses get off the ground. It has the backing of the League of Cities and the U.S. Small Business Administration. They say that they are planning to have it up and running next summer.
Students put on their thinking caps today to find a solution to a real-life problem. They had to come up with a plan to clean up an oil spill. These 6th graders at Carl Ben Eielson Middle School presented their solution to a board which determined if they were hired. The project is a twist on a popular TV show called Shark Tanks, and students say the presentation helped them with public speaking.
It would help me doing this project because, just like he said, if we ever had to do stuff in front of people, it would help us teach or say stuff out loud.
And speak to news cameras. This is the first activity involving the 4 C's of 21st century skills that the students have been assigned. The 4 C's stand for critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity.
Well, there was a lot of giving and looking out for others going on today at one of Fargo's schools. Bell State Bank has long sponsored a Pay It Forward program for employees in the community, and full-time Bell workers are each given $1,000 to help those in need. And Nicole Manson's 2nd grade class is one of the lucky recipients. The money will get the class some new reading materials and technology, but the giving didn't end there. The bank then gave Manson another $1,000 so she and her students can pay that forward.
What a fun and a very rewarding program.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Later on Valley News Live at 6, there's talk of another casino in the area, who's doing the talking and where it might be built.
After a gray day that started out cool, some heat is trying to slide back into the valley. We're above average for this time of the year. We'll be really above average this weekend. I'll have those details next.